So first off, I'm going to start with some just shoulder rolls. So I'm going to take my arms and just circle them behind me, trying to reach my full range of motion, making sure that I don't hit my closet. And I take it about 9 or 10 times, and then I reverse the circle and start going forwards just so I can really get into my shoulders and warm them up. I have a lot of neck tension a lot, so sometimes this will help. After I finish up with my circles, I just start to swing my arms across one another like this, and this just helps kind of warm up as well, getting my body ready for the day. Right from here, I'm going to take like a little mini fold over series, but we're going to try to keep our back flat, and then we're going to push our arms back as we squat. So flat back, push and squat, flat back, push and squat. This has really helped my posture over the years. I used to have terrible posture, and now it's really good since I started doing this. I'm going to now roll down and try to reach as far forward as I can. You can see I'm not quite warmed up, so I'm going to take a nice big bend of my knees so my hands can reach the ground. I'm going to continue doing this for a little while and then let my head hang down nice and low and start to walk one knee at a time. So one knee is bent, one leg is straight, and I'm just alternating between the two to kind of warm up my hamstrings and warm up for the day. Next, I'm going to find myself in a downward dog position and just pedal through my feet, really making sure I warm up those calves. This feels so good. I do this every single day, guys, so please trust me on this. Start doing downward dog and just, it's really great. It helps warm up your entire body. It activates your core, and it's just a great stretch. I'm going to come down to my knees now so I can find myself in an all-fours position. Right from here, I'm going to take my cat and cow, so I arch up and then I scoop my abs out from underneath to contract. Again, up and scooping out. I've done these in pretty much all of my videos, and it's for a good reason. Again, activates pretty much almost your entire body. It's a fantastic stretch. And then I tilt my body from side to side, having my shoulder and my hip reach closer together as I do like a little side stretch here. I know it looks really weird from this camera angle, but trust, it feels good. And then I just scoop back into a child's pose and reach my fingertips away from myself. All right, next I'm going to do some planks here. So, little fun fact, I do 3 minutes of planks a day. I have always been an active person. I was a dancer growing up. I was a dance major, kickboxing instructor, and now I am, again, a dance teacher. So I think that core strength is super important. So I try to incorporate it into my daily routine. So I do 1 minute of just a regular plank, making sure that my hands are right underneath my shoulders, my core is engaged, belly button into spine, and making sure that I'm not scooping my hips down or pushing my butt up too far. I want to try to be an even board here while I engage my core. And although I hold each plank for a minute, you do not have to do that. You can start with 30 seconds, 45 seconds, work your way up. You don't need to go right into it. I tell my students all the time, start with what's good for you and then work your way up from there. So I'm gonna stop there, and then I'm gonna go into a side plank as well. So look, I'm resetting my timer, I'm getting ready. I go onto my elbow, making sure that my hips are stacked on top of one another, and I engage my core and I squeeze. Now, the goal here is to try to hold the plank for at least a minute. But again, if you need to come down at all, that's completely fine too. Start with 30 seconds, that's fine too. We're building our core strength little by little each day. Now, I like to keep my hand either behind my head or on my hip or like straight up to the sky. So it depends on what's comfortable for you. I kind of look like I'm in a really awkward position because I'm looking down at the timer on my phone. And yeah, so just hold it. I know it burns, I know it sucks, but it gets easier and easier each time you do it. And if not, you can just skip the plank section of this video. That's fine too. But if you want a little burn, you want a little workout, do your thing. All right, and I'm almost done here, I promise. And we're finally done with this side, but wait, there's more. We have to do our other side. So I'm prepping, I'm getting ready Setting my timer, fixing my shorts, and here we go. Last side, we got it. Stick with me here if you're doing the plank along with this video. Feel the burn. Try to imagine a string pulling up on your hip, pulling your hip up, up, up as high as it can go, engaging your core. And just breathe here. Breathing is the most important thing. You breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. It gets easier every single day, I promise. I make my students do this sometimes as their warm-up, and they hate me for it. But some of my students are like, Miss Bailey, like, this really works. And I'm like, girl, I know. So just do it. I promise it helps. And yeah, it keeps you strong. You got a strong core. Sorry, I know that I'm rambling here, but I need to fill in this space somehow. So I'm just gonna keep talking. All right, hold out for just a few more seconds. Almost done with this side. And we're done. You made it. I promise there's no more planks in this video. Next, you're gonna find yourself on the floor, both knees up. All right, this is going to be a hip flexor exercise. So we're gonna straighten out one leg. I'm gonna take my right leg first, and I'm going to lift it up, engaging my core, making sure my back is flat against the ground. I'm going to lift it up just as high as my other knee is. My chiropractor actually taught me this one. I've been having trouble with my hip flexor recently. So if you have trouble as well, this is a great exercise. If not, it's just like a good quad strengthener too. So incorporate it if you like. I'm just showing you what I do. So I do about 20 reps on one side, and then I switch to the other side. So in this video I did 20, but I usually do around 30, and that's where you can start to feel it burn and really start to work that hip flexor and your quad. So just keep that in mind, that you can start low and then work your way up. I've been doing this again because I've had some hip issues recently. So, you know, choose your own reps, how many work for you. So again, I do 20 in this video, but I usually do about 30. Once I'm done, I lower my leg down, hug both of my knees into my chest, and I take little rocks from side to side. This feels so good. And right from there, I cross one knee up and over just to kind of stretch out my spine and my lower back, reaching in opposite directions, and then I make my way up. You're gonna find yourself in a cross-legged position, but then leave the front foot tucked out. So instead of tucking it underneath yourself, leave it a little bit out, and then walk your hands out. This is a great stretch here. It's kind of like pigeon, but it's a little bit more intense. So again, I'm gonna switch out my leg. You can see that my front foot isn't tucked underneath my knee. I'm gonna keep it out as I walk my hands away from my body. Next, I'm going to start with planting both of my feet down on the ground and dropping my knees from side to side. The goal here is to try to reach your knee all the way down to the ground. This is a great hip mobility exercise. I highly recommend that you do this every single day. Right from here, I'm just going to roll out my ankles a little bit and then reverse the circle the other way. It's good to target all parts of the body. All right, stand up. We're back to more strengthening stuff. Find yourself a wall or something that you can hang on to for this one. We're going to just lift up our leg, keeping it nice and straight. I kind of keep the foot flexed here. And this one, again, is just more of a strengthening exercise that I do. Again, I've been having some hip problems recently, so I like to kind of incorporate a lot of strength into my morning routine. So I do 15 reps on one side and then 15 on the other, trying to keep my back nice and straight while I keep my hand on my hip and I lift up my leg to this side. I'm not turning out or turning in. I'm keeping my legs parallel to one another as I lift up. And right here in this video, I'm doing 15 on each side, but I usually do around 30. And sometimes I'll pulse it at the end for an extra burn. Right from here, hands against the wall, and we just lean forward, kind of back into that flat back position. It's really, really good for your posture, so I highly recommend. I'm going to take a little arm stretch here, leaving my hand on the wall and then twisting away from it. I'm going to take that on the other side as well and twisting away. And once I'm satisfied, I'm just going to finish with a little quad stretch here. So grabbing my foot and taking it behind, making sure that my hips are pushing forward, and then taking the other side, trying not to overextend my knee too much, and just relaxing here as I finish up my routine. All right, and then that concludes today's video. Bye, guys.